Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra and today's a really exciting video because I am showing you how to DIY 3 super trendy and stylish mirrors for under $25. The mirrors I am recreating retail for $100 to $200, which is nuts. So I am doing it for way less, budget friendly, and as always, these DIYs are super simple and easy. If I can do them, you can do them too. Okay, let's get started. So the first mirror retails for $124. This is it. It's really beautiful. It's like a statement piece. Yes, it's functional because it's a mirror, but I feel like this would just be so beautiful in an entryway. So I am going to DIY it for under $25. Here's what you will need. First things first, you'll need a frameless mirror. You'll also need some raffia. You can get this at most craft stores. It's basically like hay or straw. You'll need a glue gun, and then to hang it, you'll need little eyelets, and you'll also need some metal epoxy to glue the eyelets onto the back of the mirror, but more on that later. So Alana and I actually found this mirror at HomeSense. It had a frame around it, so we just gently popped out the mirror from the frame. We couldn't find a frameless mirror, and to have one cut like custom would have been upwards of $60, so this was a really great solve. The next thing you want to do is take your raffia and you just want to lie it out in bunches along the back of the mirror just to get a feel of the placement of the raffia before you start gluing. You'll definitely need 2 people for this DIY. What I would suggest is one person glues and the other person presses the raffia down. Now I am using an industrial style hot glue gun. This bonds to just about everything, and I would recommend using a glue gun like this rather than just like your standard glue gun. I just always find that it holds things in place much better. As we were gluing the raffia down, we noticed that not all of it was sticking because there's just so many strands of it. So what we did is we took a piece of cardboard, we cut it in half so it was like a half semicircle, half moon shape, and we put a ton of hot glue on the back of it, smushed it down onto the mirror and the raffia, and that way the raffia stuck to the cardboard and everything was kind of sandwiched into place. We didn't use heat protectant gloves. Looking back, probably would have done that. You know those gloves you wear when you're curling your hair? Something like that, because the glue gets obviously very hot and you want to press the raffia down as best as you can into that glue. Okay, so now it's time to trim the raffia. So we're gonna use the table as a guide. We're not gonna trim it a lot. I wanna keep it quite long. But yeah, we're just gonna make it all even and use the table as a guide to trim it. Oh my God, Lana looks so good. We also went in afterwards and added more raffia. It's kind of like eyeballing it really. And if you want it to look way more full, you obviously want to add more. And if you want it to be more sparse, you take some raffia away. Then the final step you want to do is bring your mirror outside and you want to give it a good hairspray. I know that sounds funny, but this is gonna make the raffia look more structured and kind of like fan out really nicely. And what I loved about doing the hairspray trick is that you can mold it to kind of like stand up, you know, in any way that you want it to, which is awesome. Such a fun little hack. The hairspray totally worked. The fringe doesn't even move. It's just so good. So I would highly recommend if you're gonna DIY this mirror, use hairspray. To put this on the wall, because it's a frameless mirror, we can't drill into the mirror. So what we did is we got these little eyelets and we used a metal epoxy, which is basically like a really strong adhesive, so it bonds to metal really well. And we glued the eyelets onto the back of the mirror, and it's very, very sturdy on the wall. Okay, so because we added so much to the back of the mirror, it's not gonna lay flush on the wall. So to ensure that it's kind of sticks out from the wall, you wanna you don't want to drill your screws in all the way. You want to give it a little space, so that way the mirror is going to hang really nicely. There's going to be a tiny gap to give room for all of the raffia that is glued to the back. Okay, you guys, this mirror that normally retails for $124, take a look at our DIY version for just under $25. It's so good. It's hanging in my living room. I think I'm gonna keep it here. It's so stunning, and I cannot believe how easy this was. On to the next mirror. So Alana and I have actually DIY'd this mirror before in my neighbor Teresa's bathroom below me. And I loved this DIY so much, except we painted the mirror all black and we didn't add a ton of beads around the frame. So this time we wanted to create this mirror, and we wanted to create something that was natural and like birch looking. This mirror, friends, retails for $174. That is a pretty penny, and we are gonna DIY it for under $25. So what you'll need for this DIY is an interesting shaped mirror. You'll need wooden doll heads in the size 1.25 inches. You'll need your hot glue gun, and optional, if you can't find a birch mirror like we couldn't, you'll need paint, and you'll also need sandpaper. So we found this mirror online. We thrifted it for under $10. And the idea was that we were gonna sand it down to a natural finish, but we quickly realized that it was actually, the wood grain was very dark, and no matter how hard we sanded it, we just weren't gonna get the look that we wanted. We wanted a really light, natural birch look. So we actually decided to paint it a really neutral beige. So we took a quick trip to the hardware store, got a small, really small tub of beige paint, and I just painted the whole mirror, and then Alana painted the small wooden beads. Just a note, I went with a flat finish of paint on the mirror. I didn't want it to look glossy, I wanted it to look flat like wood, so we went with a matte / flat finish. We've got all of our doll heads / beads, whatever you want to call them, painted and dry. I gave this a couple coats. This is the perfect color. It really does look like a natural wood. So these are called doll heads. You can get them at most craft stores. I guess they're used as like wooden doll heads. But what I like about these is one side is flat, which is crucial when we glue them onto the mirror because we want it to sit flat on the wall. So once everything's painted and dried, you just want to go around and glue all the beads to the frame of the mirror. We laid them out first to get a feel of how close we wanted them, how, you know, the spacing between each bead. And I would suggest to glue the side of the bead onto the frame of the mirror instead of the flat part, which I feel like most people would instinctually glue the flat part to the frame of the mirror. But you want the flat part to sit against the wall so your mirror just like sits nicely and doesn't jut out from the wall. And then on the back to hang it, we're just screwing a couple of eyelets into each side of the mirror and then hanging it on the wall. Are you guys ready to see this mirror? I am obsessed. I cannot believe we DIY'd this for less than $25. It looks so good against the pink in my bathroom. Sadly, I'm not leaving this in here. We are using it for an upcoming makeover, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. And let's pause the video and say, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. We do makeovers or DIY content every week. We make over rental spaces, tiny apartments, so please hit that subscribe button. I feel like a lot of you, yeah, you, come back to my channel to watch my videos, but you aren't yet subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, put the bell on so you don't miss an episode, and yeah, let's move on to the next mirror. I have had my eye on this mirror for so long. I think I featured it on social media a long time ago, and a lot of you DM'd me and you were like, it's sold out. So H&M was selling this Fringe mirror for a while, super cute, but they've sold out of it. So we thought, let's DIY it. So what you'll need for this mirror is an arch mirror. You could do any shape really, but we loved the look of the arch shape. And then you'll also need some kind of fringe. You could get this from the fabric store. We actually found like a fringe curtain divider on Amazon. I'll link the one we used down below. You'll also need your hot glue gun. So Alana actually had this mirror. She thrifted it a long time ago. It was $4, and I just used some pliers to take the frame off of the arch mirror. It's very hard to find frameless arch mirrors. And again, we were gonna have one custom cut, but that was gonna cost like $60 to $70. So I think it's all about like hunting, looking around for a thrifted mirror that you could maybe pop the frame off of, or maybe you find a thrifted frameless mirror, which is awesome. The next thing you wanna do is flip your mirror over, and you wanna start gluing the fringe along the back. So you wanna glue the fringe starting right at the bottom of the mirror. You wanna cut the end of the fringe off and then repeat. So you wanna go above that piece of fringe and keep putting the fringe up along the back of the mirror so that you're not overlapping the fringe on top of each other, because then the mirror will be super bulky and sit off of the wall. You want to make sure everything is even and you have like a nice even piece of fabric on the back of your mirror. And then you want to cut it to the desired length of fringe that you want, and that's it. I am using Velcro 3M hooks to hang this on the wall because it is quite light. But if you are doing this DIY with a heavier mirror or more fringe, you might want to use plastic mirror clips. I will pop a little picture of what those look like. The thing with this is it doesn't look as seamless, like you're gonna see the little clips, but usually they're clear, so you won't notice it that much. I just thought that the Velcro was nice because it just looks like it's floating on the wall, which is the goal. And there you guys have it. 3 stylish and trendy mirrors DIY'd for under $25. Please let me know in the comments down below what DIYs you want to see me tackle next. This was so fun. And yeah, look out for these mirrors because they are going to be popping up in upcoming makeovers. As always, I will see you guys this Saturday. Don't miss it. Exciting makeover coming. It's a guest bedroom transformation. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on Saturday.